Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Mark. In this video I wanted to talk about this crushing energetic pressure that we're feeling right now, just kind of feeling like we're being pressed up against a wall. Almost hard to breathe at times, just so much happening. Why? What do we do about it? Where do we go from here kind of thing. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell. You'll be notified when I release a new video. So for the past few days, I've been feeling this intense pressure. It's a physical pressure. I've seen and heard from some of you guys too, and other places online as well, people experiencing similar types of symptoms. Moved up into the head, the neck. It's really all over the body, lower back, all sorts of things going on. Pressure, third eye pressure. Pressure behind the eyes, headaches, sinuses, stuff like that. So we're in this situation now where there's just so much light flooding in. It's just been a constant stream. We've got these DNA activations. This density is rising up to be released. And we need to let this stuff go. We need to transmute this. We need to drop into our core. Kind of reminds me of that ride. I don't know if where you guys are. We had amusement parks when I was growing up around here, and one of the rides was this rotor type thing where you'd get in the ride and it would just spin real fast and it would stick you up against the wall and the floor would drop and you'd kind of just hang there. It's a pressure like that. And it's interesting because when we start feeling these physical symptoms, what happens is our emotions fire up, they get triggered, we get into the mental body, and we start really buying into some of these emotional patterned responses, these triggers. We feel them. And what's happening right now is with all this activation, all these activations happening, a lot of these little things are coming up, and it almost feels like there's no way to escape it. You're just stuck. And that, I will refer back to that feeling of that ride where you're just pinned up against the wall, the floor drops away, you're just kind of hanging there and you can't move because of just the force up against you. So it's common right now. It's getting me too. I'm feeling this. It's very important. Today, for example, took a walk outside in the sun, felt the sun. It's one of the few sunny days we've had around here in a while, and it just felt amazing. There was an instant shift. Sometimes we need to take a pause, okay? When we're in this velocity of energy, when this energy is just coming in and all these activations are happening, and the reason we could be feeling a lot of this density all at once is because we're having so much light come through us. It is vibrating up our tissue, and in order for our tissue to get moving, it's got to release this dense energy and get it flowing so that our high frequency light can flow through us. And when that happens all at once, or a lot of it at once, it can feel very overwhelming, and our mind really speeds up and we start to identify with the mind. So we have to slow it down. And breath work is a great way to do that. Sometimes meditation can be a little bit more challenging when you're really rolling like this because your mind just doesn't want to be quiet. So you have to be very disciplined to meditate and just be able to allow these thoughts to be. We don't want to resist the thoughts. Okay, think of it as like a big vortex where the vortex is spinning. We're kind of swirling around the vortex, but we're fighting against going down, dropping down into the abyss. And the abyss really is where we want to be. That's the void. That's our heart space. That's our connection to our multidimensional self. We want to be able to release. We want to just be able to let go and kind of just drop into that, right? So when we fight that current and we try to stay up in that vortex instead of coming down through, that's a lot of resistance, and that's where we start to feel this physical pain and having these mental situations, this mental stress, that kind of thing, when we try to hang on to this too tightly. So we have to work through that. And if you find that you can't kind of get into it in meditating, and do some breath work, go outside, change up what you normally do, give yourself a different situation, something maybe unexpected, something that you don't have that's not part of your normal pattern that you do, okay? Change it up, do something different, and just settle into the moment and just allow everything to be. And then you can bring your focus back to your breath and move that energy through you. So it's just so intense right now. It's like we're being crushed. Okay, so stay hydrated. That's key. People experiencing headaches and things of that nature. Get that high frequency water, get that water into you, so that it can help with what's happening within our cells and releasing this energy. So again, keep it moving with the breath. Get out into nature. Continue to just align yourself with these higher frequencies. Anything to really take your mind away from the chatter, the monkey mind, that mind chatter. Something to just kind of get you out of the pattern. Okay? And if you can do that throughout your day, you're going to settle more into your center. Okay? And then you're going to find that you're going to be able to meditate more effectively, and you're going to be able to allow whatever thoughts are left there to simply be. We need to remember that we're multidimensional beings. Okay? We need to remember that all this is just a movie. It's a movie playing out. We are not, it's not real, okay? We are just observing this. We are here to observe everything that's happening. And when we talk ourselves into, because of our traumas and our past experiences, talk ourselves into being a player in that movie, that movie is real, that's where things get difficult. So remember that you're a multidimensional being and take that step out and create some space, observe what's happening, take some breaths, and just kind of stop. And just say, you know what, this moment right now, this present moment is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it right now. There's a lot of wacky stuff happening with the timeline too. I just wanted to throw that out there, feeling like maybe we're out of time. There's not enough time. We don't have enough time to get things done. And again, this is a function of this programming being released and these timelines collapsing, with all this stuff, this density coming up to be felt and to be released. Our ego wants to assign it to a timeline, and we start thinking of things we have to do and that we don't have enough time to do it. So that creates anxiety. It's all part of that programming in 3D. So just take a step back, slow down, and say, you know what? It's perfect right now. We don't have to get everything done today. We could take a break. We could work on ourselves. We could recenter. We could drop into our heart space, get reconnected, and then see things from the higher dimensional perspective. Okay? When we can do that, we tend to be able to take that step back and see a greater landscape. Okay? We could see the playing board. We could see more of the movie, however you want to think of it. We got that eagle eye perspective on what's happening. So we're not so caught up in the minutia of the minute by minute goings on within the timeline. So take that step back, get that bigger perspective, breathe that energy through you, and your reality will start to reflect that energy. And the problems and the anxieties and the things and the emotions you're feeling right now because of this release we're having is not going to feel so bad. You're going to be able to work with that energy and work through it and ground more of your higher self. So I hope this video helped you guys. Give it a like if you liked it. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. And go ahead and leave a comment if you're experiencing any of these symptoms. If you have any tips for the listeners, that would be awesome as well. So I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Until next time, love and light.